in this matchup. As we go into our first match, Pinball Dreams Brawl, guys, take it away.
Well, Teddy, it's going to be an intense one here. Both World Final and LCQ spots could be determined here, and the people at home riding with Clash. Maybe it's the new name. Maybe people just believe in what they saw a little bit earlier, but it's all going to come down to this one. Like we said, the stakes for FA MiniPekkas, they're sitting pretty. World's already confirmed for them, but an LCQ spot still on the line, a very important one at that. And of course, if Clash were to confirm it, they would be pretty strong opposition for the rest of the world. And kicking off this draft, it's going to be RT.
Yeah, everyone in the South American region is going to be cheering against Clash. And when I say everyone, I mean the other teams, right? Because there's going to be an LCQ spot gone unless Clash is going to be stopped here by FA MiniPekkas. Our draft is coming up nicely already, though. Gus and Ash being brought to the table here by FA MiniPekkas, and that's a whole lot of aggression for Pinball Dreams.
Oh, I'm already excited. Gus paired with Ash is such a strong synergy. A very aggressive brawler paired with the shield that Gus provides, adding about 4,000 HP, making a world of difference. I mean, health points are something that I feel like have become more and more important in my eyes as the history of Brawl Stars continues in the opposite direction of that. They're going to go with a Barley selection. I love Barley on this map, though. I think Barley is actually a brawler in general right now that maybe the people at home don't necessarily see as being super viable, being super oppressive, but I love what Barley brings to the table in this current meta right now, especially with the emergence of these indestructible walls.
Yeah, definitely so. Barley's in a great place overall. In general, Brawl is not necessarily the game where you see Barley the most, but because of the way the walls are set up on this map, it can be incredibly deadly. And we saw it yesterday as well, whether it was in APEC or in the MEA. When you have a thrower and then he's facing a non-thrower, it's a free lane. Like, it's generally just a free lane. There's nothing your opposition can do. And you just hold that position down, and you have so much free map control. Almost to a point where I feel like FA MiniPekkas' final pick here needs to be something decisive to deal with that. Either have a thrower of their own or something hyper aggressive, and BB is going to be their decision here. And I don't know if that's the one, but I mean, they got to do something.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's certainly not the aggressive choice that I would have seen. And I think a good shout from you as well. Barley even banned on this map yesterday here in the EMEA finals. So it's something that the world clearly valuing this current spot. We see the spike coming in, maybe just a general good brawler, something safe, something this region goes to a lot. But now going into BB and an Ash combined with that Gus, it's all offense. FA MiniPekkas are not trying to play defense. They're not worried about goalkeepers. It's all offense from them. They're going to keep Gus back at range, and then it's just going to be left to Ash and BB to start swinging for the fences. We'll see how it all goes down here. Two very different compositions, two very different teams. The result all year long, though, have been FA MiniPekkas. We'll see if Clash can get it done here today. Early pickup here for Tufa. Super already in his pocket, and there's that interaction you mentioned a little bit earlier, the free lane, quote-unquote. Even to super tanky brawlers, it's going to take him time to move up this map.
Yeah, definitely. So I kind of prefer to draft from Clash here. I can see some nasty BB bubble bounces and like super cool angles to find here, but I'm not sure that's gonna be it for me. We'll see how it actually plays out, though, as Motep slowly trying to close the gap. He's been winning against Cowdog so far. That super, though, is gonna be making this a very different story. Dino is actually gonna super in, and Pekka should be able to get a free kill there, but Dino just got enough supercharge to TP back to safety and actually win that lane. Motep still pushing up. I think he got shielded up, but that didn't last for very long. And I mean, Clash so far definitely the team making the most moves and getting the closest to scoring.
We're starting to see this draft really play off for Clash here. Opportunity for offense. Super going down here for Spike. The last call inbound as well. Fire Crow immediately deleted here. BB shortly following as well. It's just a lone Pekka in the goal, and it's not enough. Adinho with the bucket here. Clash looking superior to kick things off.
Motep has a bubble ready. Gets to bounce on Chikayo Dog. My goodness, Pekka gets absolutely deleted. Motep still trying to create some sort of space here for his team, but not much to be done. MiniPekkas push quickly deflated there as Clash can just play on defensively for now with only 40 seconds left on the clock. They don't really need to pursue any sort of aggressive ideas.
Clash just gonna hold back for now. Pekka dribbling the ball, immediately taken down though. 2v1 situation as Tufa dumps it off to the right-hand side. The gadget for Barley, the slowdown from Spike Super. It's really showing here against BB and Ash. There's really no opportunity for them to close the gap. The bubble's gonna be a great strike though, going through and back. Dog now low HP as well. 15 seconds to go. A lot of red brawlers on the map. Pekka now charging forward. The super pass over. Fire Crow low HP. The bounce shot. No good. Tufa with the stop. FA MiniPekkas. So close, yet so far.
Dude, you have some ways to make this work. Now, that opportunity only really came up after the BB got, I think, 3 connections with her bubble, which I don't know if you can expect to happen consistently.
Yeah, an insane play there for sure with the bubble, and now a bubble being distributed to Pekka as well. Adinho low HP. Pekka just needs one strike. Can't get the marker through, though. Clash with an opportunity to respond, and I just think this Barley and Spike pick have worked out really well. I think Barley, inherently somebody with low HP, typically you're going to see Ash and BB excel with that, but with all the walls on the map, the gadget coming in, it's honestly worked out in their favor. All of a sudden, though, Dog low HP. Adinho getting a cleanup here. Offensive opportunity, possibly for Firecrow if they can find this, but Adinho just continuing to play the aggression, and that's going to work out for them. Clash back with ball control.
Adinho has been disgusting on that RT so far, getting lots and lots of value for his team, melting down the tanks if they get too close up with his super. Minute and a half left on the clock, and Clash are back on the offense. Pekka trying to push up and dodge those shots from too far, but most of them do end up connecting. A shield is going to be problem to Motep, and he tries to close the gap a little bit. Not really gonna get as close as he would have liked, and eventually will take care of the cactus, but that slow from Dog is going to be brutal and result in pretty much a free kill here for Clash.
Tie in the mid right now, both sides fighting for the ball here. Nice tag from Dog. I mean, good kills, and now a super possibly moving them up the map here too. Firecrow forced away. As the long-range brawler, that's definitely not something he wants. There's that free lane interaction for Tufa. With no wall break, these walls are just easy pickings for Unicorn Barley. Now Adinho looking to get in Jackie form here too. Another super going down for Tufa. We've seen those a lot today. Dog cycling in another one as well. This is looking scarier and scarier for FA MiniPekkas.
Yeah, I don't really see a world where this ends well for MiniPekkas, as Adinho will get the kill to Motep. It's only Firecrow left alive. The tag there from Firecrow's potentially going to slow things just a little bit down as Tufa is trying to heal up, but he's going to switch lanes actually and go back to that right-hand side. The bubble not quite going to find the connections that MiniPekkas were hoping for. Tufa melts down Pekka. It's the help of Adinho, of course. Motep should be going down, and he will be indeed. Overtime is going to be on the menu here for this second game. I'm not entirely sure who this is going to be favoring, because the tanks definitely don't really want to be here, but the Barley doesn't really want it either. I think though that the Spike should be able to do some work. However, he got melted down, and it looks like FA MiniPekkas will slot this one in.
Down, they don't have the extra range. They really can only rely on their footwork, their dodges, and their high health points. So I think getting a goal there really early on was important. Early kill here for Dog, though. Both tanks still standing. Motep rushing down the right-hand side. Tufa still staying alive and well. Motep with a nice dodge, though. It's going to be hard to escape and get around that wall, though. 3 Clash brawlers now moving it up the map. Life plant, keeping them healthy and well. So it's going to be left to MiniPekkas playing early defense here in game number 3.
Yeah, Firecrow did get melted on that left-hand side. The ball is going to be somewhat cornered. Motep not able to get the kill. Eventually will find that connection. Dog still getting tagged up by the bubble as well, forcing out his second gadget. He has super, so if Pekka isn't careful, he's going to be caught in it. But Dog quite gonna manage to land that one, as Motep is pushing up that left side, gets taken out by Adinho's gadget. Pekka trying to create a little bit of space, and so far somewhat successfully, but eventually does get caught and he goes down.
It's going to come down to who can play it better. FA MiniPekkas tying things up in game number 2. 2 very different strategies as well, as we take a peek at the ball cam here. Looks like Pekka not going to go for this. They're going to leave it up top. They're just looking for offense right now, but offense is something they just can't seem to find on the right-hand side. Tufa once again getting a lane win there. Dog falling weak. Adinho about half HP, though, so Pekka going to be relentless here, charging forward. It's going to be a tie ball game in that sense, though. Tufa helping out with the kill, 2v2 situation, and once again, pretty much a stalemate here.
Last minute for this game, or at least the last one before overtime comes up. Pekka on that right-hand side, kind of just kept at bay so far by 2Fi, and every time he tries to make a little bit of a move, 2Fi is able to find those stacks. They have 2 supers as well that are going to be great in defense for Clash, so they shouldn't be too worried just yet. Motep tagged back to half HP. I think that was another missed shield from Firecrow. He's missed a couple already in this set, and every single time that happens, his teammates are going aggressive, which is what you'd want if the super connects. But if it doesn't, you're kind of just a sitting duck and don't have the HP to really be as threatening as you're acting. Motep, 1 shot goes down to 2Fi. The positioning here is perfect for Clash to close out this set.
Firecrow low HP, Pekka just desperately trying to kick it away. They force it down this left-hand lane. Super going down as well. Now Kyodog dribbling. 3 strong brawlers standing for Clash and an open net for them. Clash's time expires. Take our first set.
Well done by Clash. I think it was quite clear early on they had the better draft, or at least the more meta one. And the results kind of speak for themselves. Well over 40 kills, I believe, in this one. That is some impressive stuff coming up from Clash. Let's see if they can carry that momentum over to Hot Zone as we're switching over to dueling Beetles for the second set.
Interesting stuff coming in here. There's the spooky mushrooms as well, reminding me of the spooky mushroom man, Cordelius, somebody that we've seen banned a lot this weekend, including this set here. Coming into today, he was banned 65% of the time. That's a crazy thing, and I know there was a little bit of debate about how apparent Cordelius would be this month, but to me, I think the bans speak for themselves. It's clearly a brawler that teammates don't want to deal with, so instead they're going to go a different direction. Interesting to see Jesse, Mr. P in the ban stage as well, but we have seen Jesse get some playing time, including in the EMEA yesterday.
We certainly have. I mean, Jesse is in the best place it's been in a hot minute, so definitely a brawler we've been seeing here. Be also not unfamiliar to dueling Beetles for sure. I mean, just have, I think, that tank awareness and all that, get your ground covered is always something very valuable that they can bring to the table. I don't mind the PAM. I think it can be a little bit of a double-edged sword at times. It can be really strong. I mean, the Helisation, there's some walls that are just perfectly set up for it to just provide you that extra sustain. But at the same time, at times it can be just a little bit underwhelming, especially when it comes to retaking control of the mid if your opponents are already sitting there.
Little Pam never hurt anybody either. Again, a very EMEA pick as well. Bella on the other side. I think the bounce shot can do well into something like Pam Super. And again, it's just a brawler that I feel like is one of those safe choices. It doesn't have that X factor like a lot of tanks have, but it's just something you can kind of hold back, especially in a more crowded map like this, especially if the walls don't come down. You know, that bounce shot might be a little more viable there too. So interesting to see the Bell come out. Something that I don't think is super common these days, but I don't hate it. I think it can keep up with the range of somebody like B2. We'll see what they go with 3 seconds to go on their other pick, and it's going to be the RT. We saw what they could do with that brawler last time.
Yeah, I feel like there could have been an opportunity also to go something like Penny or Squeak to try to deal with the spawner balls that both the B and the Pam bring to the table. So maybe a little bit of a missed opportunity. I don't hate RT though. I think it can still do some work. I really want to find out what FA MiniPekkas' final pick is going to be here, and if they can maybe find a way to just really outdraft their opposition. They'll go Byron, which I don't know if they outdrafted their opposition or outdrafted themselves here.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, Byron is not one I was expecting either. Back-to-back drafts here from FA MiniPekkas where it wasn't something I expected. The BB was certainly different. The Byron certainly something different. You know, they might be able to overwhelm them with the amount of health points, but if that's what they were going for, I would have thought somebody like Poco maybe rather than Pam. We've seen that synergy before, especially on maps like Ring of Fire, but this is really interesting to see the Byron come out. They're going to have to prove it to me here. I know FA MiniPekkas are a great team. They've been successful. I mean, they have a world spot guaranteed today after all, but Byron's not one I'm necessarily convinced on, but if there's a team that can do it, I'm sure it's them.
Well, let's see how they play this one out. Speed booster already plays down by Kyodog. Firecrow gonna be harassing that mid position, trying to just keep him at bay and get a couple percent, but Kyodog obviously gonna have a lot of mobility to work with. Nice connection from Firecrow. He's been hitting his shots super consistently, but eventually Adino and Kyodog team up against him, get that nice crossfire setup, and they will win that fight. Team White results in Clash having a lot of mid control now. The slow connects onto Adino. Motep finds Kyodog, and There's an opportunity here for FA MiniPekkas to create some space again. But so far, it's a fairly even matchup.
Yeah, and Firecrow able to get his teammates back in this now. Dog looking to get aggressive. Every single brawler on the other side just focusing him down, though. This P.E.K.K.A versus Tufa interaction is an interesting one, too. I mean, the range pretty similar, but I feel like it's one that Bell should, in general, win. The speed zone certainly helping Dog out here, too. Motep peppering him down with the scrap flying out. Adinho, the long-range bowler, trying to get on the action, too. Very suppressive on this other side. Now, all of a sudden, it's FA MiniPekkas actually with the lead.
Yeah, they've managed to come back really nicely here. Adinho is low HP as well. Maybe an aggressive healing station coming up from Motep. He's gonna keep it for now. No need to use it just yet, as they still have control. They still have pretty decent lead as well. Firecrow is low though. It's gonna get shut down. P.E.K.K.A is low HP as well. But Dog might go down here if it weren't for the Gaso heal. Eventually he does get overwhelmed, and was only Adinho left alive here in a 1v2. This is just not here. It's quite impressive. It didn't really feel like it was massively overwhelming their opposition with it. But at the same time, it really didn't feel that underwhelming either. It's not like that right lane was a free lane all along and they got the game. So MiniPekkas, I think they can be happy with that result.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it didn't feel like it was carrying them, but it certainly wasn't hurting them either. So I think that's a great point that you bring up there. If it's something comfortable for them, heck, go for it. And if it gets the result that they want, I can't complain. I mean, a win's a win. Didn't look convincing the whole way through. Clash started strong last time. This time around, though, FA MiniPekkas taking to the mid much sooner, claiming some valuable capture points. Here's Adinho flanks left, shots being fired, connected. Gadget goes through as well, leaving Firecrow all along. But all this hard work from Clash, and it's still FA MiniPekkas, the red roster, who was able to hold on for 32%.
Yeah, that is quite interesting, to be honest. FA MiniPekkas doing a solid job so far, still with a little bit of a lead, but Tufa does manage to get an important kill onto the B, creating a little bit of space and a chance for Clash to catch up percentage-wise, actually overtaking the lead now as well. But can they hold on to it as the healing station is placed down? Motep nearly goes down, but will manage to survive. The healing station helping him reset a bit quicker as well. Dog with some nice jukes, but eventually does get caught. And FA MiniPekkas back into that zone with the man advantage now as well. Will be catching up percentage-wise in no time, taking over the lead and now suddenly forcing a move onto Clash.
I think in about 20 seconds, Pam's received probably, I don't know, it feels like 20,000 damage, and because of the Byron Super, because of the healing station, has just stayed in it. They finally get a damage amplifier on this. They desperately need this kill, but Motep just refusing to go down 85% and climbing now. Adinho desperately moving down the left-hand lane. They get a pickup on B, and this might be the moment for them to strike back. It's going to take a perfect defense here. Motep finally going down as well. P.E.K.K.A the last remaining. It's a trade, but with 70+% in climbing, I think Clash might have a moment here.
Yeah, Firecrow needs to wait, and he's going to do just that. I was scared for a second he was going to go in. He needs to be patient and make sure he plays with the team, and he's going to do exactly that. That might be what secures the victory here for FA MiniPekkas. Playing together, being patient, knowing that both teams are close to the finish line and making sure they get that final team fight going. They'll take this one, and the set was it. We're all even now.
Makes me happy, right? I love seeing a bunch of different brawlers get in the mix here. Pit Stop, one of those maps, though, that a lot of brawlers get in the mix. You've got the tanks, you've got the throwers, especially ones even that we saw yesterday. We saw Willow even touching down in this map, which is a little surprising, because normally that's not the thrower of choice. You'll see brawlers like Barley. Heck, we've seen Edgar touch the map this weekend as well, so anything could happen here on Heist.
Oh yeah, I mean, if there's one map that caters to Edgar mains, it's gonna be Pit Stop. We've seen it quite a bit on a professional level, and I mean, just look at them go. El Primo first pick here for FA MiniPekkas, and this is one of the maps where you can do that.
I think so too, and as a first overall pick is bold, but it just makes sense. I mean, this could be FA MiniPekkas once again just going all out for aggression. It might just be health points, tanks, and fist-to-fist brawlers, and I don't really have a problem with that, especially considering how it's gone down before. We've seen it a ton on this map in particular. El Primo can dive in on the high safe as well, does pretty well into the general population of tanks, so they could go with a BB later down the road as well. I mean, we saw that brawler earlier, clearly one that they like, especially considering considering we saw it on a map where it wasn't expected. This is a map where I would expect to see it a little more, but hard to complain about a Bonnie. I think Bonnie's in such a solid state in the game right now. Im's a clear tank counter, somebody that can deal a lot of DPS to the high safe. So I don't have any complaints about the Clash draft so far either. I think they're playing a lot safer. I don't know if I expect the same for FA MiniPekkas. They may just go for gold here, and that's what it looks like with the Sam selection.
Yeah, I feel like FA MiniPekkas, they're just going tanks. They see some tank counters against them, they just add more tanks, you know? And they'll have 2 already lined up now. The Dynamite is their final pick. I mean, this is gonna be a fun game, a fun set rather, for sure, because it's all over the place. Where you got the tankiness from the Sam, as well as of course the Primo, and then Dynamite. Definitely not a brawler that's in a bad place. It can do a lot of work in highs. It has such good DPS onto that safe if it gets anywhere near. It doesn't have to care too much about the walls around the safe either. It can just straight up shoot over them and have some decent matchups across the board. Stu is gonna do a good job against the tanks, a good job at not dying, taking the tanks down though. I don't know if he has the DPS to do that.
I mean, 10 out of 10 in terms of a fun draft for FA MiniPekkas. I don't care if they win or lose. I'm just excited to see what happens here. I think Dynamite, one of the powerful damage dealers that you can get from the thrower side of things. I think Stu in general can do well in the Dynamite, and it won't be easy to take down El Primo and Sam just because they have so many health points, but he can keep his distance. He can just cycle super in and out, so I'm not too worried about Kyodog in terms of matchups. I think it's just going to be a matter of if they can hold off FA MiniPekkas long enough for them to get the damage, because you've got El Primo, Sam, and Dynamite on the other side. All 3 of these options can quickly dish out some damage, and I'm sorry, is he running Dyna jump? Oh man, 11 out of 10 for fun.
All right, let's get going here as Motep destroys Tufa off the bat. Is going to get the heal up as well. Looking to get a second onto Kyodog. Not quite going to find a connection, however. Already a good bit of damage down onto that save. A 27% early lead for FA MiniPekkas, and they're not going to be stopping anytime soon. I mean, Motep just happy to try to burn through those Kyodog gadgets and keep running towards that blue safe. He'll get in position now as well, and all he's got to do is, you know, get as much damage as he can, respawn, and do the same exact run once more. Pekka gonna get a couple more hits to land onto that safe, and Motep is already going back to the offensive on the right-hand side.
Interesting stuff here. Little split screen, as I'm sure it's going to be a lot of base racing here. Adinho, Firecrow fighting here. And Firecrow nearly falling victim to the flames that Adinho has from that super. Pekka holding his own here, looking for the stun, connects as well. Double shot follows through. A super on the field as well. Pekka exploding down the sidelines. Firecrow to join in on the mayhem as well. Less than 20% to go. And Pekka, what a play.
He's gonna close it out right here. Oh, a shot away. I mean, that was some solid stuff from Pekka. Absolutely brilliant Dynamite plays. Surely they will close out right here. Look at them just waiting in front of this range and survive. You don't care about survival in this game mode. It's all about getting that damage onto the safe. And Stu is not going to be stopping any of the tanks from doing that. He's just tickling them until they reach the safe and get dish their shots out onto the safe anyways.
Yeah, sure, he can break the walls, but we saw him unleash 3 full shots on El Primo, and what did they do, about half HP? It's the best he's going to do, and he's not going to do a lot in the high safe. So while the matchup on paper makes sense, you got to think about the game mode too. So I think you bring up a great point there. Tufa super available. Hill claimed on the right-hand side. Motep doing his best here, and here comes Pekka left-hand side. This is the matchup that Adinho wants, though. Easy pickup for him. Dive in from Firecrow in response, and Clash have yet to do a ton of damage here. I feel like FA MiniPekkas are just rotating brawlers in and out. As long as one brawler is on the field on that high safe, I think the red roster are going to have an advantage.
Still, FA MiniPekkas with the lead. Pekka needs to be careful though. The Su is in his direction, has a dash available already, but Motep is there to protect him. Try to get both of them to go towards that safe, and they will. Kyodog falls to that Dyna super, and there is just an explosion of damage onto that blue safe. All 3 players finding connecting shots, and it's down to 21% already.
Goodness, I mean, just one more little push and they can probably get it done. One brawler already falling here. Sam cycling supers in as well. Good moment here for Kyodog, though. playing the distance well. Despite all of that damage, Firecrow still remained alive for quite a while there. A stun going down again from Pekka, playing the Dynamite to perfection here, using the Dyna jump so well there, barely going down. They haven't yet claimed this, but I think it's going to take a lot from Clash here. Ims can do a ton of damage quickly. Tufo, when he's in this form, sure can get it done, but he's going to be lower HP, has to get close to the save. I'm just not feeling great about Clash's odds right now.
Yeah, I'm not either. I mean, they're doing better in the fights right now, and it makes sense, right? In the long run, once the map is a bit more opened up, it should be a little bit better, but still, I mean, Firecrow is going to get in there, get some more shots down. Motep also probably going to be able to get that connection with his super, and Pekka only needs one shot to connect. He's going to go down before he can land it. So there's a chance for Tufo to deal a little bit of damage, but if they don't close out this game, it doesn't really matter because FA MiniPekkas have time on their side, 10 seconds left, and I don't really think there's a world where there's going to be enough damage for Clash to even things out. And that should be an easy set victory for FA MiniPekkas, going the distance and taking set number 3.
They've claimed a world spot for a reason today. Not only do they have fun, but they put the mechanics to work there. I think part of that, due to the draft that Clash brought in.
The next set and see what happens next, you know? It's just a rough one to lose like that. I just think their draft was just completely next to, like, they completely missed the mark for me with that draft.
Yeah, again, I just think the commitment of offense there, and sometimes you got to keep in mind the game mode matchups are very important to keep in mind. And I think that's clearly something that Clash had there, but I think all things considered for the map, it just wasn't their best work. And this is a time where they need it to be their best work. They're one set away now from FA MiniPekkas, our newest addition to the World Finals roster of teams. They haven't gotten them beat this year. It's been close. They brought it to 3-2 several times. Last month, looking really good. This month, in the semifinals, looking fierce. We even questioned if FA MiniPekkas could stop them today, just based on how good Clash looked. And if they want to secure an LCQ spot right here, right now, today, they have to find a way here. Shelly, Cordelius being banned. Again, no surprise for either of those brawlers. Those are the two that I think teams have to think of first. First two picks, though, Ims and an Otis. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, Ems, to me here, makes a decent amount of sense. It does have that tank awareness, and overall, Super can find some good value as well all around. Will easily cover a lot of ground in those bushes and just make sure that no one's hiding there. I think that Otis is a little bit more interesting for me. I feel like Otis has fallen off a decent amount recently, so I'm not entirely sure how that is going to play out. I do like the Squeak, however. I think that is a very solid pick here. I mean, as always, you know, Squeak is so good at taking that control, scouting around a little bit, and his residue gadget is still amongst the strongest gadgets in the game, in my opinion.
I think especially on a map like this too, where area control is really important, when scouting your enemy is really important with all the grass that's on the map. And I think Squeak agreed, one of the better brawlers in the game right now. I think he's very consistent. I know the NA pros that I've chatted with back here at home love the state this brawler is in. On the other side though, FA MiniPekkas, we've seen him go some unorthodox routes today. This is not one of them. This is a very standard, straightforward Brawl Stars. Gene, Ims, long-time synergy, long-time played on this map, and Carl, somebody that's definitely shown up a lot in the past couple years in a pretty solid spot. Of course, can be a last-second gym carrier if you need to scoop some up real quick, use a flying hook or a super, and then just dash out. I think Carl into a squishier brawler like Squeak, and then does, I think, fine into Otis, so don't mind this FA MiniPekkas draft at all. I'm more a little surprised because it's just so standard and safe.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we might see a tank appear still. I feel like there might be some holes here, and that come from FA MiniPekkas. They'll go Stu. I mean, last time they went Stu, we were a little bit unimpressed, to say the least. I feel like on double swoosh, it makes a little bit more sense, though. So I don't mind it, per se. I mean, I think overall, it's fairly solid on both sides. I see both teams that can make this work with those drafts. I would still lean just a little bit more in favor of FA MiniPekkas, probably, but I think that, you know, if we see some pumping off from the Stu or from the Otis, I can see Clash taking this one home as well.
Yeah, kind of describes my emotions too. I think it's a little back and forth. I think this one's going to come down more to mechanics a little bit. You know, if they elect to go with the speed zone gadget, Stu might be able to block out some of those hands, give himself a little extra speed, and I'm sure he's going to take to the mid, which is what we're seeing here. Fight instantly, Fire Crow the first to win though. Pekka taking on a lane that I think he's going to like. Squeak a little squishier, and as I say that, my bad, Kyo Dog looking better in that spot. I think in general though, Carl going to be somebody that can swing through. Fire Crow now going down as well. Back and forth right here. Adinho now trying to slide into these gyms. Debated going for 2 more. I think making the wise decision to hold back. So neck and neck right now, kind of how our feelings were about this draft.
Yeah, the fact that he got away with half of MiniPekkas gems is kind of impressive. Now, they did lose them now, so maybe I spoke a little bit too early. Stufa is going to go down as well. Adinho is still there, but it's a massive gem lead for FA MiniPekkas, and I think that if they take things slowly from here, they should be safe and sound. Just need to not rush things and not lose those gems once more.
Bat splatter right-hand side. Trying to keep Motep away a little longer, and now the red roster closing in here. Pekka swinging through. Kyo Dog low HP. Motep looking for the follow-up shots. Adinho only 2 gems to the Clash side. Nice dodge there. I think using that super, using that gadget can be a way to try and avoid the magic hand. It might add and be a little more of a reason why they elect to go with this mid, but they're going to get stopped very early here. Tufa going for the stun. It's not on the brawler that they want, though. Swift cleanup, spins, pins coming out for FA and MiniPekkas, and the odds of Clash coming back here looking more and more bleak, Teddy.
Get away with it too and just secure that game. Doesn't matter if you go down. It doesn't matter if you don't find your opponents. Just creating that space was exactly the value they were needing.
Reset here. Both sides looking to establish control. And it's going to be Fire Crow who strikes first. Kyo Dog creeping down this left-hand side. That gadget really showing how strong it is. Lasting about 10 seconds too. I mean, you can cut off any choke point that you want on the map. And it just allowed Kyo Dog to excel there. Of course, getting a kill going to help along that category too. Motep feeling the pain right now. Another left-hand lane win here for Clash. Back and forth in the mid as well. Fire Crow going down to Adinho with an opportunity. Super inbound as well. Ims has to avoid that. And as a result, Adinho slides in, picks himself up a few extra gems, and now they have 7 in their pockets.
Tufa is doing absolute violence on that right-hand side with that little off angle in the bushes and just keeps harassing them, keeping them at bay. The fact that Adinho got away with all those gems as well is brutal for FA MiniPekkas, but they still have a match point in their hands, and they're not that far behind gem-wise, so there might be some opportunities here to catch up. Pekka should be going down. Eventually he will be fine. It's only Fire Crow left alive though, and the Clash should be getting closer and closer to that countdown. They're just a gem away now.
Tufa with some nice shots. It's going to push Gene away. Pick up here from Adinho, who's played this Stu brawler so well in game number 2. Gene, I believe, had a super in the hand as well. Pekka trying to close the gap here. Nice strike here, about half HP for Adinho. Now a super going down for Pekka as well, using the shield to his advantage here. Only needs a couple more shots. Super inbound as well. Fire Crow has a pull. Missed shot though. All the gems spilled out. It should be good for now, as Squeak connects a very valuable super. Mid control right now, but they're going to have to get a stop here quickly.
Yeah, there's not enough gems on the board here to equalize the countdown, and the Gene goes down as well. It's only Pekka left alive, and surely there's no shot he's gonna make anything happen here. Clash, fight.
MiniPekkas are in control of this region's world spot, clinched for that, joining the fold here. Only a few teams get to say it, but Clash, of course, with an opportunity. If they win this matchup right here, right now, be guaranteed an LCQ spot. They're going to need to fight pretty hard, though. Great showing from them in game number 2, but FA MiniPekkas have been lurking the entire year. They have yet to beat this team. Back and forth here to kick off game number 3. Our second match point for FA MiniPekkas. Again, very impressive stuff coming in from Stu, and one that I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on for the rest of this game.
So far, so good for Clash. A nice early gem lead. Pekka very aggressive, and it's not paying off either. Kyo Dog shuts him down. Fire Crow trying to get the trade, but he might be the one going down instead. He will get the trade in fact. Surviving with just a slimmer of health, but he's able to start regenning. Motep also in trouble on the right-hand side. Tufa has been doing a really good job on the Otis. I wasn't the most convinced by that pick initially, but it's been proving itself time and time again in this set. So far though, gem-wise, it's still going to be Clash with just a little bit of a lead, but now that there's a gene pool available as well for Fire Crow, things could go south real quick if Adinho is not careful.
MiniPekka with a risky dive in is ultimately going to get deleted there. Motep low HP. Otis again. You said it before, but it's really starting to shine. No weak links in games 2 or 3 so far for the Clash roster. Super going down. Tufa cleaning things up once again. Low HP. Firecrow does have that super available. They have to be cautious of that. Firecrow now maybe looking for an opportunity here with the mid controller. Dino trying to get sneaky. Has to play this very safely, but Tufa with the sneak attack. All the gems spilling out. Motep forced to drop a desperation super. It is back and forth right now. Only 1 gem in favor of Clash.
That was a crazy play from Tufa. They are so close gem-wise, though. Firecrow gonna pick up number 9 now for MiniPekkas. They are spread out amongst 2 players on both sides, which is always a little bit scary. But the pull is not gonna connect. Firecrow kept that pull forever. Just to not connect it is a bit of a shame, but the Carl is able to get the kill regardless, make it a trade. However, 2 gems dip runes, another gem is gonna spawn here. It can be interrupted by Clash, but they need to be careful. Adinho is gonna go down. The Carl is the perfect distraction. Is that gonna be enough? They need that next gem. It will be picked up, but it will be interrupted as the kill comes through. The pull from Firecrow is finally gonna be landing. And FA MiniPekkas might just be running away with this one.
There was a glimmer of hope here for Clash, looking to secure an LCQ spot today. They've done it for 4 months. It wasn't enough, though. Make it 5 and counting. The Kings of SA East claim another crown.
As you said, that ticket to LCQ was on the line for Clash, but they're not going to be locking it in this month. 5 monthly finals wins here for FA MiniPekkas. And I think they can be very proud of their achievement.
I mean, they're the best for a reason. Impressive stuff.